Hello everybody and welcome to week 2, day 3 of SKL. With you tonight are two young lads hailing from the booming metropolis of Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Kevin Big Booty Bodie here with Carter Silky Mittens Asselford.
Hey, thanks for having me on. The place where legends are born, Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan.
Tell me about it. Lots of great people coming out of that town.
Absolutely.
Just like us.
Just like us.
Well, we got a big game tonight here for you folks. We have got the SaskWatches squaring off against Anixia eSports. For game 1, SaskWatches are on blue side and Anixia will be on red side.
It's looking to be a great matchup here. I'm really excited to see what we've got. We've got the qualifying giants, Anixia eSports, who pretty much swept through an entire qualification tournament to make it into SKL. And then on the other side, we've got SaskWatches, who on the other side of it just barely got in by the skin of their teeth there through some tiebreakers. Yeah,
it really squeaked in. So we'll have to see if the SaskWatches can stand up against the Giants, become the Giant Slayers.
Exactly.
But we've got some bans coming in here already, Silky. SaskWatches have completed all 3 of their bans with Kog'Maw, Nautilus, and Callista. All pretty standard, just kind of OP champions in their respective roles right now.
Yeah, Tiny Warhead played a lot of Nautilus in the top lane, one of the top-tier champions in that role. Callista, one of Nazar's favorite champions, and Callista as well, another top ADC. And Kog'Maw, 6.5 Kog'Maw, a lot weaker than previous iterations. They did tone him down a lot more, made him really weak in the early game, but his mid-game still pretty strong. Took him off the table regardless, just don't want to play against that. And on the other side, we've got some more kind of bans coming out here, and probably nothing that's too surprising to us here.
No, Gragas, Soraka, Malphite. Now, I don't know if I necessarily call any of them S tier in their positions. Maybe Gragas. Still some strong picks. You know, Soraka can just be absolutely just disgusting and incredibly annoying to play against. And Malphite, that's just kind of just a strong top lane pick.
Yeah, Soraka and Janna actually the top 2 supports for win rates on the current patch. So somewhere Adrian, the support for Immortals, is smiling away. But we've got Gnar first picked here on the blue side, which is really surprising to me. And on the other side, Pistol answers right away with Nidalee. Nothing surprising with that pick, though.
No, Nidalee very strong in the jungle right now, of course. And SaskWatches looks like are maybe sticking with their strategy of picking in positional order from top to support.
Yeah, not one I really like too much.
Did not work out for them last week. Unfortunately, they went 0-2, lost both their games in the best of 2 series against ADP Gaming. On the other hand, Anixia eSports, they actually split their series 1-1 against Diviz Major, and they lock in their second pick in their first rotation, the Lucian, being picked up for Nazar. And once Callista's gone, that's generally the next highest AD carry pick.
Yeah, no surprise there at all. High aggression, very good lane presence for that AD carry. On the other side, I really like if they took away Braum here. It's something you don't want to give to TVP, formerly known as Vassal. Same guy, different name change there in the bot lane for support. Something he plays a lot, so they do take it away. And Lucian Braum, very, very scary
strong
in
lane.
So to take that away, I really like this. Mayhem picking that one up for Seagrain. And let's just see what they pick here. Let's see if Steal the Light goes for a jungle pick here, or they go for something else. I would like it if they went for the jungle pick here.
The Xin Zhao.
Interesting.
Bold. Is that still as strong as it was on 6.5?
Yeah, they haven't really touched him too much. They haven't nerfed him a lot. They've kind of been making some balance changes since they actually buffed him to give his W more healing, right? They give them healing on every 3rd auto and stuff like that. They haven't really touched them too hard. Still really dependent on items, though. Really needs to get sated, needs to get that Rage Blade.
And we get the Quinn locked in.
Quinn, it's in!
The Quinn.
Valor!
To me! Locked in. That could be top or mid. If it's mid, it will be going to Stuck on My Mind, actually newly acquired mid laner here for Anixia eSports. So they had a roster change coming in this week. The roster change deadline is the end of this week, so they got that in before the deadline. So this will be a permanent roster change for the rest of the season. Stuck on My Mind, coming in that mid lane.
Yeah, it's looking to be strong. We're still actually, despite the lock-in for Poppy here, we don't actually know if this is going to be top lane or mid lane Quinn. It could be still a mid lane Quinn, could be leaving the last pick for top lane. Poppy can be flexed to support. We've seen it before. I don't like it as much as I like it in the top lane, and especially since you already know what you're going to go up against in Gnar. just lock in your top laner now and leave the counter for your last pick on the other side. Ari being hovered here, and Subnoise still doesn't know what he wants to pick for AD carry. He just got to pick it for himself here.
Yeah, I think who's left for AD carries? Ezreal available, Corki, Caitlyn, although Subnoise does love Draven.
He does, but I don't know if he wants to go Draven into this team. Pistol, Tiny Warhead if he gets onto Quinn, or if it's stuck on my mind on Quinn, being able to blind a Draven who relies very heavily on auto attacks wouldn't be very well. Tristana actually falls into kind of the tier 2, tier 3 AD carries.
Yeah.
Still relevant, still a really shaky early game compared to other strong AD carries, but late game, still a hyper carry, still a beast. Gets reset off kills and stuff like that. Can jump around with that rocket jump. And Alistar is actually going to be locked in, so it is Quinn mid and Poppy top here.
Poppy top, just as kind of what we expected. Quinn mid, seen some playing the LCS. Nuke Duck played it at least once. Can't remember anyone else off the top of my head who played it, but it's seen some play. Quite a strong champion right now still, Quinn.
Yeah, still very strong. Very obnoxious play against. I'm a little bit curious to see if Mayhem 2012 will change his summoner spell choice here. Does have TP right now.
Left.
Does.
And summoner spells are locked in at 20 seconds, right?
In the LCS.
Oh.
We don't actually put any restrictions on that. Just restrictions on just the client is whatever. So if he can squeak it in last minute, if he wants to change it to Ignite, he can. I would probably prefer maybe a competitive summer spell. I think if he doesn't go on here, I think he's going to have a rough time in lane actually. But we're going to see the TP come out for this Ari.
Yeah, they want that double TP team comp. So hopefully they will use that to good effect if they are going to go with the choice of using it in the mid lane. Maybe something could be better, but we'll have to see. If that double TP plays a big factor in this game, it could pay off. It's a risk, but it could pay off pretty big.
It is a risk. Just Ari, the champion itself, depends on getting ahead and depends on getting items. It doesn't offer a ton of CC like the other TP mid laners do, like Twisted Fate or Lissandra. You get right into lane if you TP down and you have an immediate impact. With Ari, you've got a Lana Charm.
True.
You hopefully are ahead by that point, so you're dealing decent amount of damage. And not something that can have an immediate impact on TP, so just not a super big fan of that. But on the other side, it's countered by another TP on Quinn, which I like, actually.
Yeah, the double TP, maybe that was kind of done in response to SaskWatches doing the double TP.
Except they can't see. They can't see the other person's summoner spells.
That's my bad. Sorry, I always forget about that. But yeah, so whenever mid TPs, there will be a response coming in from the other team, both taking the double TPs. Now, Steal the Light, formerly known as Dive More for the SaskWatchers, picking up that Xin Zhao. I'm surprised he didn't play Wukong yet. I feel like every time that champion hasn't been banned, he's played it, and usually to pretty good effect. It was banned both games last week, and they ended up going 0-2, but we saw him do just some pretty disgusting things with that champion during qualifiers. Yeah,
absolutely. A comfort champ for him. Wukong, champion that doesn't, go sated or anything, so not really on a clock like some of these other champions that we've seen Steal the Light play, like Xin, Master Yi, stuff like that. Wukong has kind of have to wait till level 6, but has an earlier impact on the game. Great in team fights as well. Not super dependent on anything. So I do like that champion in some niche kind of picks in a good team fighting composition.
Yeah.
But not going to come out here. Instead, we're going to see the Xin Zhao. And maybe I would have liked to see the Wukong. The Wukong plus Gnar combo in team fights would have been pretty
dusty.
Yeah.
So Silky, looking at these two team comps here, we've got the SaskWatches on blue side and Anixia eSports on the red side for game 1. Just based off team comps here, which are you liking better? Which are you giving your favor to here in game 1?
I really don't want to count the SaskWatches out here. I do like their composition, but they, on the other side of the coin here, you've got ANX eSports. They have a lot of the strongest picks in each role.
Yes, they do.
They don't have a really, really great team fight, though. If things group up and it gets into a heavy 5v5 team fight, I think they're going to be lacking a little bit. They're going to rely heavily on pacing early with Nidalee, who likes to control the flow of the game early, lots of mobility, can gank multiple lanes in quick succession. They've got pick potential with the Alistar, and Quinn is just going to be looking to pick people off 1v1 all day long. So in a strict 5v5 fashion, I don't know if ANX eSports has the upper hand. So I'm on the fence with this one, but given their past record, I'm going to give the edge slightly to Anixia eSports because they don't have a great 5v5 composition, but they've got some top picks and they're good players. So I'm going to give them the slight edge in this one.
All right.
How about you, Big Booty? Are you gonna go the opposite way on that one, or what are you thinking about these two compositions here?
Well, thank you for asking, Silky. First of all.
Well,
but looking at these two, oh my gosh, we have the Warring Kingdoms double skins in the jungle. I love that. We'll talk about that later, though. As for just looking at the team comps, of which I like better, you're right about Anixia's team fight not being great, but just looking at the champions they got in each role compared to the champions picked up by SaskWatches, just the Poppy, Nidalee, the Quinn, I don't know if that's S tier, but then Lucian and Alistar, just some of the top picks in their position, and we know how skilled these players are. And I think they're going to be able to overcome their lack of team fight, especially when we have some other picks from SaskWatches that aren't necessarily as strong right now, such as the Tristana. The Xin Zhao is kind of uncommon, and even Gnar. Yeah. Gnar, he's always kind of there in the top lane, but right now it's not as strong as it has been in the past. So for game one here, I'm going to give my favor over to Anixia eSports.
Nice, and hopefully they don't get into too much early shenanigans here, as we're going to introduce the teams for you guys. On the blue side for game one, we do have the SaskWatches. In the top lane, it is going to be Subkit playing Gnar. In the jungle, Steal the Light, going to be playing Xin Zhao. In the mid lane, Mayhem 2012 bringing out the Ahri, and in the bot lane, Subnoids and Seagrain rounding it out with Tristana and Braum.
And for red side here in game one, we have got Anixia eSports. We've got Tiny Warhead in the top lane playing Poppy, Pistol 44 EDW on Nidalee jungle, the newcomer Stuck on My Mind on Quinn mid, and Anazir and TVP bringing in that Lucian Alistar bot lane.
The newcomer, hey? The newcomer in the mid lane.
I misspoke.
Stuck on My Mind.
Sorry.
Considering his name, Stuck on My Mind, what would you rate that out of 10?
Of the name, just the name?
Just the name, Stuck on My.
Stuck on My Mind.
You like that one? You a fan?
I don't love it.
You don't love it? You don't hate it either.
I'd give it like a 5.5.
Out of 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like barely passable, just like acceptable. I got you.
Especially when you're playing against a team now. The individual names of the players in SaskWatches, they're all right, but their team name, the SaskWatches, like SaskWatches, but they're from Saskatchewan. Love it. That's the best name SKL.
Best name SKL, and one of the best logos SKL too.
Yes. Yes. Big thank you to Widemouth Media for making that great logo. Sorry. Whoops. Did I say that? But yes, the knockup going already onto Subnoise, and he's being chunked out very low. Seagrain trying to stack the concussive blows, but it's not going to be enough. And Subnoise on the bad end of that trade.
Yeah, on the receiving end of that one,
that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, the pointy end of the level 2 power spike that comes from an Alistar Lucian lane, especially as a Tristana, probably not having rocket jump. Usually take that level 2 if you're gonna take it as just a safe option if you do get engaged on, but I'm not gonna have it. Tiny Warhead.
Speaking of getting engaged on, Tiny Warhead going on to Subkit here. That's another trade won here by Anixia eSports. Already starting to build some CS leads at only 3 minutes as the bot lane, thanks to that trade, Subnoise had to back and is now down more than 10 CS already, just missing out on entire waves.
Yeah, I'm not totally sold that Subnoise actually had to back there. There was some charges left to be used by Seagrain on that. Braum would have healed him up nicely, did have a potion taking, and then still decided to back. And being pushed all the way up to tower, you're not going to get poked too terribly much by Lucian under tower, as long as you can dodge the piercing light's going to be coming out. Not much, long range poke. If it was like a Caitlyn, okay, you go back and you get poked down quite a bit. You might even go down, especially if you don't have heal. But I think he could have stayed there, so a bit of a misstep, and it's going to cost him the difference of 20 CS.
Pistol 44 coming to the bot lane. The spear goes wide. That double buff Nidalee going to be very scary. But Mayhem 2012 was forced to flash.
Yeah, was forced to flash there. TVP keeps flirting with this tower here, almost like they're going to dive. They definitely could. They don't have Ignite available. That's the only summoner spell they're missing. But if they can get a full combo on a Subnoise, he might be in a little bit of danger here.
Oh, here we go. TVP looking for the headbutt pulverize. Gets the knockup. There it is on Seagrain. But Subnoise throwing damage down. The concussive blows are stacking. Explosive charge is down. He gets stunned up, but Anazir trading shots back the other way. The unbreakable shield is out. Both these teams trading back and forth. Seagrain goes and stands by Tristana, but still nothing coming of this.
Yeah, I think that Unbreakable Shield was a bit of a misplay there, pointing
Yeah.
it directly to the side towards Alistar. If you're going to want to direct that to
Double
anyone,
knock up now, and Azur dashes forward. Seagrain very low here. Subnoise pretty healthy though, so she can trade back, and she will. But now Seagrain will be forced to back, and the CS difference in the bot lane still pretty significant.
Yeah, well, this is going to spell danger for Subnoise here. Two level 4s to level 3. They can definitely chase
They're
rockets
looking for
or
the
dive.
Looking for the dive. There's the knockup. They've got her on the wall behind the tower. She does flash, and Azur gonna do what he can here. The rocket jump back the other way from Subnoise. They're just kind of trying to corner Subnoise behind the tower, and looks like he will get away with his life for now.
That is a win, though. Flash used and no
Yeah.
summoners on the other side. They're a little bit low, though, so Steel Light can come back, but there's
Here we
diving
go.
mid lane.
Stuck on my mind, and Pistol 44 teaming up for that kill on Mayhem 2012, getting first blood.
The first blood there, just staying a little bit too long, was Mayhem Pistol 44 coming from the backside.
Yeah, Flash was still down from that initial gang.
Exactly. It had to flash earlier to dodge the spear, so very good play. Nidalee just doing Nidalee things, being lots of places on the map. Unfortunately, Steel Light's not going to have that kind of pressure, so this is highly expected so far from
Seagrain
Anixia.
hopping forward, getting very far up, threw up the shield, but there was no follow-up from Subnoise. So just a lot of trading in this bot lane early.
Yeah, well, as a Lucian Alistar in this lane, especially forcing Subnoise to go back so early, you want to keep that dominance. You want to put your foot on the pedal, and you don't want to take it off. So it's very well executed by them. No, don't back down. Basically, the first one to back off basically loses and loses their ground. And as long as TVP and Azur keep up the pressure here, they can just do whatever they want because they're even in items. But I feel like if Subnoise and Seagrain wanted to, they could apply some pressure here as the mana is low on an Azur, and they do have the health advantage over TVP.
Yeah, no flash available though for Subnoise, so if he were to engage and get in trouble, I guess there is rocket jump there, but still not as much escape as he might like. And now, do you think we might see Pistol 44 and that Nidalee make an appearance in the bot lane? Oh, stuck on my mind, trading with Mayhem, and that should be the kill right there. It is the solo kill for Stuck on My Mind. The newcomer picking up 2 kills already in his SKL debut.
Yeah, Quinn just doing insane amounts of damage, having the Caulfield's Warhammer in his inventory. Then on the other side, it's just Mayhem with that Phoenix Codex. As soon as that charm misses, pretty much has to turn tail and run.
Yeah.
Gotta use that Orb Perception to zip away, but if you stand in there, trade punches with Quinn, after missing such a key part of your combo, it's not gonna go well for you, and you see it right there. And good thing is, though, Mayhem's got TP, so if he wants to get back to lane, can do it. But see, now that Ari's behind, doesn't have the damage, how effective are these TPs going to actually be? That's the question we're going to have to ask.
Whoa, Tiny Warhead going very aggressive, flashes forward, and there's the kill, but he is going to go down to the tower. Worth, maybe? I don't know. Tiny Warhead does have the CS advantage, so he's not going to be too hurt by it as he's already ahead. But an Azur might go down here getting 2v1. The double team, there it is. The kill credit actually going over to Seagrain there, and an Azur just in too deep without a life jacket. Without his support.
That was actually a really close play. I saw what Anazir was trying to do, did have all his sums available, actually flashed to get around the Unbreakable Shield, but Seagrain matched it with the flash of his own to block all the damage, and then the exhaust came out from Seagrain. The heal as well from Subnoise kept him alive, so I saw what Anazir was trying to do. Cheeky play by the AD carry for Anixia. Trying to pull a fast one on the bot lane, but they weren't having any of it. So good on Seagrain and good on Subnoise.
Yeah, and looks like the SaskWatches will actually capitalize on this and pick up the first dragon here at 8 minutes. Capitalizing on that kill on the AD carry, but TVP going into the Subnoise, and he might pick up that kill by himself. He does. Subnoise just sticking around a little too far and steal the light. The spear will go down and pick up that kill. That's 2 kills now for Anixia eSports. They were just kind of waiting for that dragon to go down, then just went in. They were maybe the SaskWatches sticking around a little too long with low health.
Yeah, they really didn't have enough resources to pull that one off successfully. No. They really couldn't stay that long. They couldn't commit that much time.
Oh, there's the spear landing on a Mayhem 2012, and there's another gray screen for Mayhem.
Yeah, I think the flash barely came up. There was mere seconds away from being up, and of course the Spirit Rush was just used by Mayhem, so not having any escape tools, not having barrier or anything like that, just getting taken down as soon as that spear lands.
This will be the tier 1 turret in the mid lane.
Yeah, and I suspect a Rift Herald will be close behind it.
Yes.
As per Anixia eSports fashion, it is open if they want it. I think they do have the vision on Steal the Light. They may just look for an invade here, though.
Silky, looking at this game already, 6-2 in kills, huge CS differences in all lanes. Got a bit of a fight here over red buff though. Looking the double knock-up by TVP. The damage going down on Seeger, and the spear lands. That's doing a lot of damage already. They're stuck on my mind, picking up yet another kill. Anixia, are they going to follow up? No, they're just going to turn around. Looks like Anazar did pick up the tier 1 tower in the bot lane. And could we have ourselves a classic 18-minute Anixia eSports win here, Sophie, on our hands?
Yeah, we very well could. It depends how fast they want to push things, because they're pretty much having their pick of the litter here. They can do whatever they want. Tiny Warhead just doing what he can in the top lane. Subkit missing that one, but
he got the minions.
Yeah, he got the minions, that's right, but things are just snowballing way too fast. They don't have the kind of team composition on the side of SaskWatches to be able to counter the kind of things that Anixia are doing right now and all the leads they have.
Yes, when this team comp that's getting so far behind, there's the ult onto Steal the Light. But yeah, this team comp from SaskWatch is getting so behind. They're going to have a hard time coming back from this.
They really are. They need something that can pressure early against such a good team like Anix Esports. They need a jungler that can pressure the map. They need winning lanes. Gnar usually just goes even, doesn't hard win a lot of matchups, especially in this tank meta. Can't really do much, can't really have kill pressure on things like Poppy and Nautilus and, you know, Malphite. Just those kind of picks, buddy. Probably gonna go down here.
Stuck on my mind. Roams up from the bot lane. Tiny Warhead picks up the kill. Stuck on my mind. Gets there just in time for the assist credits. And this acquisition by Anixia Esports, picking up Stuck on My Mind, looks to be working out for them so far.
Yeah, I mean, so far it's tough to tell in such a small sample size. But
oh, that spear doing a ton of damage already, and Mayhem 2012, it's only a matter of time. He is having a rough kill secured. Having a rough time of it is Mayhem 2012. Percentage-wise, has probably been seeing that gray screen significantly more than the colored screen in this game. But Stuck on My Mind now, going to be caught out here. Shut down kill. Kill credit going over to Subnoise, but TVP coming back in now with the help of Pistol 44, looking to turn this around. Looks like these two will just split off from each other. But a good turnaround kill there for SaskWatch, is able to pick something up.
Yeah, not worth for Stuck on My Mind to chase that far. Actually flashing after, who was that in the mid lane? Steal the Light, was it? I forget who he was chasing, but he actually flashed under, didn't get the kill. Took about 3 or 4 tower shots. It was only a matter of time before he went down. The flash by Subnoise was there, but bit of a dive in the top lane.
TVP going right in onto Mayhem 2012, and he's right back to that gray screen. Pistol 44 lands the spear onto Subkit, down to about half health. There's the double kill, and is just going to hop right back out. Subnoise is there with a rocket jump, but the heal comes in from TVP, and this game is in the hands of Anixia Esports.
Yeah, it's all in their hands, just like you said. It's basically how fast they want to win this game right now. They actually haven't taken Rift Herald yet, which I think they could take it at any time.
Literally any time.
If they take it sooner, though, they can get more rotations of it in. But Subnoise taking a spear right to the face there. Things aren't looking pretty, especially with a Fed Nidalee and a Fed Quinn that can pressure the map so heavily. It's going to be near impossible, I think, for SaskWatch to come back from such a large deficit so early on in this game. This is the Anixia of old that we remembered from qualifiers.
Yeah, I'm having flashbacks to qualifiers here. The 12-minute Rift Herald. We'll have to see what time they actually destroy the Nexus at. But in the jungle, Steal the Light and Pistol 44. Pistol 44 really winning the matchup of spears here. These are two champions. We've got Nidalee throwing the spears, and Xin Zhao, especially with the Warring Kingdom skin, looking like Zhao Yun. Is that who it is?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, from the Dynasty Warriors game. Famous for his spear use. Stuck on My Mind, getting caught out though. Hops over the wall. Here comes Tiny Warhead. Misses the ult. He might be the one to be caught out now, as 4 members are there, but is able to flash out. Really no follow-up from SaskWatches, and they're just going to turn around and get out now.
Yeah, basically, Pistol 44 has more spears than Steal the Light. He's got a bunch. He's got, they're all interchangeable, but only Steal the Light's just got that one, so he's outmatched there.
I love that we have, oh my goodness, that was a holy full half, that was a half health spear.
Yes, it was.
There from Pistol 44, and then Anazar just follows it up, and Steal the Light got absolutely deleted.
Absolutely deleted is right. The flash coming out from Pistol 44. EDW to secure that kill. The extra long range on the pounce as well after marking her prey.
Yeah, and the call coming out as well. Seagrain getting knocked up. The shield was up, but it's not enough. Pistol 44 getting chunked out. Takes a couple shots from the tower, and he will not go down yet. Mayhem 2012 looking for it, but he does pick it up, but does go down to Anazar. The tier 2 mid lane turret goes down as well. Currently, a 2-for-1 in favor of Anixia eSports, and will they look to continue the push with this minion wave? With 2 members down, including the, well, Seagrain is back up now, so maybe they won't push. Maybe the split coming from Stuck on My Mind here, but Steal the Light is there, trading back and forth, and Steal the Light's getting the worst end of this, is forced to flash, but Stuck on My Mind very low. The Gnarled is there, and Subnoise picks up that kill.
Yeah, once again, Overstaying is Stuck on My Mind. Gonna pay for it with a death for that one. Actually, really nice play on our tower, but there might be a little bit more action here. We'll see. Nope, they decide.
Seagrain looking to 1v1.
Yeah, looking to 1v1 here. There was actually really nice play under the tier 2 there. It looks like Pistol was actually going to go down to Subnoise, who was Rocket Jump, but mid Rocket Jump, he actually got Heroic Charge right into the wall by Tiny Warhead.
Yep.
So that was really a nice play by Tiny Warhead. But, I mean, this far ahead, it kind of goes a little bit unnoticed as their team's just kind of steamrolling so hard this game, but nice little play there by the top laner for Anixia eSports. Just unfortunate, a series of unfortunate events here for SaskWatches in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, definitely not going their way here. 5 turrets already for Anixia eSports. They've got 10k gold lead. They just picked up their first dragon, which, I mean, with how long it's looking like this game is going to be, dragons probably not going to play much of a factor.
Just pocket change.
Yeah, pocket change, and huge CS leads in all lanes as well for Anixia.
Yeah, definitely looking good for them. The Rift Herald is off the map as well. Didn't miss who that went on to. We'll have to wait and see. Subkit chasing a little bit. They're just going to have to try and stall this out as long as they can. If they really want to have any chance at dragging this one out, they're going to have to play an incredible game of tower defense. Not a lot of wave clear on the side of Anixia. That is something their siege isn't that great. They're just going to have to all-out dive, which they can happily do. They've just shown that they can do it as well, and they can look for more picks. Steal the Light can't be out here, though.
Steal the Light gets knocked up against the wall there by Tiny Warhead, and he will go down to the combo of Nidalee Poppy. They are going to look to see if they can follow up onto... Who else was there? Subnoise was the other one there, but he's able to retreat back into base, but this is the push coming in the bot lane. The charm will not land. The minions get healed by TVP on Alistair, and this turret should go down relatively quickly, but TVP going right in, gets a knock-up onto Subnoise. Now landing shots onto Seagrain. The Glacial Fissure knocks up Pistol 44. The Orb of Deception is there doing damage. Concussive blows are stacking. Mayhem 2012 is too far in, and Tiny Warhead will pick up that kill. Tower, however, still alive at about a quarter health. Seagrain and Subkit currently there to defend. Seagrain not that healthy. Subkit is doing alright, but with this next minion wave, it should only be a matter of time for this turret, which will give an exposed inhibitor here in the bot lane for Anixia eSports. And they might look to follow up on the kills as well. Tiny Warhead knocks up Seagrain into the inhibitor, and he will go down. They will focus on this inhibitor first, but if they can keep pushing, this could be the game, Silky.
Yeah, there's no respect going out to the Poppy pick here. Tiny Warhead is just getting moment after moment, chance after chance to knock people into walls here. You saw Mayhem go forward.
There we go, knocks him into the
again.
Nexus.
Yeah.
Subkit goes down. Tiny Warhead will go down to the Nexus turret. Will they be able to pick up one that don't really have the minions right now? And Azur sticking around, getting some autos off. It looks like they will back off for now, and they're not going to break. They haven't broken the 18-minute record yet of their fastest win. Mayhem 2012 will not actually go down there, but they're in this top lane. The top lane turret did go down. They're onto the inhibitor, but they are going to get chased off it here. And it's really only a matter of time here, Silky. Stuck on My Mind, getting chunked out pretty low. Subnoise Rocket jumps in and picks up that kill. And Pistol 44 might be next. The reset is there. Rocket jumps back in. Subnoise not going to finish it off. And Azur just still hanging out in the base. The explosive charge on Pistol 44 goes off. Winter's Bite goes wide.
Winter's Bite
Goes wide.
Subnoise Steal the Light. These guys got to back up here as their base is getting taken down. They're really not accomplishing anything. They're actually just overstaying. They're going to get caught up. Pistol 44 is going to heal up here. And they got to watch out. Yeah, Subnoise, you're...
Subnoise, questionable decision. But, I mean, Steal the Light went in and got a kill. But the mid turret, mid inhibitor went down. And Azur and Tiny Warhead are probably just going to look to keep pushing. They're going to take down that top lane inhibitor, which I believe is still up. TVP caught out here. Unbreakable Will was popped. He will go down, but at this point, not that big of a deal. Tiny Warhead still just doing work. Tiny Warhead hasn't left the base in a while. Still just doing work on the Nexus turrets. Seagrain and Mayhem 2012 are there to defend, but Tiny Warhead, he doesn't care. He's looking to 1v2. He's got super minions. Oh man, Steal the Light caught on the wrong side of the members of Anixia eSports there. Tiny Warhead flashes, looking to 1v3 now. Will he get out? Winter's Bite does go. Concussive blows. There's the charm. He finally goes down, but Seagrain picks up the kill credit. And Tiny Warhead, he had been in that base for quite a while.
Yeah, what a couple of comedic plays here.
Yeah.
You did see TVP pretty much just sacrifice himself, stopping the backs on Steal the Light and Subkit as his team took the base, so definitely worked for him. And then in the meantime, you see Tiny Warhead just kind of YOLO. That's classic, like YOLO, like Huni, like just do whatever he wants. It doesn't really have any repercussions. You saw him just trying to proc his Sheen as much as he could on the Nexus towers. There's only one inhibitor standing in the top side, and that's going to be easily taken down as soon as Stuck in My Mind gets that wave push. That's going to be easy. The pink ward's sitting there too. Going to be able to take that one down. But Rift Herald gets killed by the Void. Returns to the Void.
I hate that shows up. Like, I don't get it. I don't like it.
You don't like it?
Seagrain getting caught out over the wall here. The Cull is there, and there's the final shot picked up by Pistol 44. Subkit in a bad spot. The dub picked up for Pistol 44. They're onto the top lane inhibitor. 2 members of SaskWatches are down, and give it about 20 seconds, and this should be about game here. Subnoise, Rocket jumps onto the fountain. Steal the Light doing what he can here. Anazar is dominating. Stuck in My Mind, looking to pad his KDA a bit. Just taking shots of people in the fountain here, but 2 Nexus turrets are down here. I believe they're onto the Nexus. The cow is punching it. It's only a matter of time here. Stuck on My Mind picks up yet another one. Mayhem 2012 actually does pick up the kill, going back the other way. Tiny Warhead coming in with the ult. There it is. But this is the Game 1 victory for Anixia eSports.
Yeah, it is going to be a Game 1 victory here for Anixia, just like you said. 2036 is the time on that one.
Yeah.
We were thinking maybe a classic 18-minute from the qualifiers. That's the kind of thing we saw out of Anixia regularly, but here we don't quite see it. Yeah. Pretty close, though.
I mean, 20 minutes, scrubs.
Yeah, Anixia.
Just kidding.
Definitely. Well, I guess let's break this one down, Big Booty.
All right.
Not a whole lot you can say. Another kind of iffy pick ban phase by SaskWatches in a couple of spots. They got some decent champions.
Yep, they did.
Who have been stronger in other recent patches. Not recent, past patches. Gnar used to be one of the big top laners to pick, but in the current meta, not super strong. Xin Zhao takes a lot of time to ramp up. I think that SaskWatches need to get away from these farm heavy champions like Xin Zhao and Master Yi in the jungle, especially. Tristana takes some time to ramp up. They need some early picks here, and that's what I would really like to see change going from Game 1 to Game 2.
Yeah, there just really wasn't much they could do in that game. It really all started with that level 2 power spike from the Lucian Alistar bot lane. They got that good trade onto Subnoise, who was forced to back, and then from there was down like at least 15 to 20 CS from there on, and just didn't really have a chance to get ahead. Subnoise did pick up a couple kills for himself during that game, having not the worst performance ever on that Tristana. Yeah. But SaskWatch is definitely gonna have to dig deep here to come back for Game 2.
Yeah, definitely. As long as they can drag out the game, I feel like they've got a fighting shot to at least make it close against this Anixia eSports team. Anixia eSports, not a team that we've seen make, absolutely beautiful calls in the late game. They haven't been to the late game very much. They like to stomp the early game, and then once they're faced with adversity, like they were against Viz Major
last week,
they really crumbled under that adversity. They really didn't know what to do. They weren't able to make the right decisions in the later parts of the game. They weren't able to rotate and match what Viz Major was doing, and they just couldn't come back from an early deficit. So I just can't stress enough how much the early game is important against a team like Anixia eSports, who seems to just dominate the early game and then kind of we haven't seen a lot of their late game, but from what we have seen,
not as amazing as their early game.
Not as amazing as their early game, but but such a small sample size. They could just had an off game that we've seen. We've only seen them play Viz Major 2 games. Yeah. Just last week, and so that was their highest competition that we've been able to see. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in Game 2. I think we're going to take a little bit of a break here, though.
Yeah.
Am I right? Am I wrong?
You are right. So we're going to take
for once in my life.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick break here, but stick around for Game 2. We'll be right back.